Welcome to another episode. As per usual, we begin with expressing the greatest gratitude to Nana Korantemaa Ayeboafo, the Okomfo, channeling the African Angel Ayeboafo Tigare, making this podcast possible. We'd like to acknowledge that the opening music is the music of the Okom, and this CD by Nana Korantemaa Ayeboafo is called The Greatest Love. So as an Okomfo, it's no surprise that the music of the Okom would be her greatest love. So Nana is also an award-winning artist. And on this CD, Nana is playing on 8 tracks, 8 different handmade instruments that are common to the Okom, as well as singing on 3 tracks. So we thank her for her service. We also want to recognize the Asona Aberade Shrine, which was founded in 1977 by Nana Okomfo Akuya Aberade. We affectionately recognize Nana Aberade as an African ascended master, one that you too can call upon. And we also would like to acknowledge that there are some links in our description where you can make a donation to the Asona Aberade Shrine to assist us in continuing our work. And please know that the Asona Aberade Shrine also has a non-sectarian arm called StarSpirit, where the motto is, be your higher self. So as we begin, we are going to prioritize the sharing of African spiritual healing wisdom that is our heritage, our birthright. And it is the Okomfo who, in their service, as communicating with the Abusum or the oracles, have long been able to share this information. But here, through this podcast, we're making this information widely available at this time of the Great Awakening. This is information that some think was lost. Certainly, there was an impact from the destruction from wars and enslavement, yet thanks to the work of the Okomfo, many have been able to consult directly with the ancestors and the oracles to learn this kind of information. As a reminder, please subscribe to our channel, like us, share this podcast, and leave comments. So thank you. So to begin, we asked the Okomfo to communicate through channeling with Ayeboafo Tigare and to answer some of the questions. So I'll give some background, including some of the quotes from the book, Celestial Prophecies, which provides ancient wisdom from Nana A.C. Ketua, channeled from the 3rd quarter of the heavens by Nana Korantemaa Ayeboafo. So the questions are going to come from this book. So first, Nana A.C. discusses in her book the widespread social programming for control and domination. Human beings have been programmed to accept this control and domination. A small elite is dominating the many. However, the Great Awakening is a time when more and more people are able to see the falsehood in this. They see how this control and domination by a small elite is problematic and not acceptable at all. People are now seeing this due to the portals that have opened up. These portals allow information to flow to planet Earth. This is phenomenal information that allows for the raw and basic truth to be perceived by human beings. We are witnessing the coming to a close of the period where untruths and falsehoods reign. Okomfo, might Tigare discuss how programming for the elite few to have control and dominate over the many is coming to an end. How will this occur?
It is here now. It is happening on a much larger scale today, meaning that all over the world, people are their minds are being liberated. They are voicing what they have found to be untrue. They are taking action towards the separation that this manipulation causes. It is now that a new way of being is possible, that the perception about life and it at its core is being challenged today, is being changed by many people who have had enough. Most people call this the age of information. And that means that it is only due to laziness that human beings do not see how many lies are controlling their lives. All over the internet, there is information being broadcasted such that it has never been so before. So it is awakening. It is an awakening, and each one must accept and prepare to change, to allow there to be a new way of being, one of liberation, of freedom, of beauty, of harmony, of oneness, and of strength.
Very powerful. Very, very powerful. Again, as background, Nana AC says, at this time, to quote her, none should be waiting for a savior or Messiah. Rather, each person must do their part in bringing about the manifestation of the loving and nurturing environment to be enjoyed by all. Okomfo, I'd like to ask Tigare to advise us on how each of us can do our part.
It is suggested that a small amount of time each day that human beings should each day focus on there being a beautiful place within this paradise earth for each and every one. To accept that the power of your mind, when connected with thousands, millions, billions of other minds, to accept a beautiful, if it's only for one moment, a beautiful place to be. then a change will manifest. Because the power of so many focused on one idea, on one thought, will change the condition for everyone.
Very, very powerful. Very powerful. Mama AC also says that it's very important that human beings must not be influenced by the programming that comes from the media to support the old program of control and domination. One must not allow the media to induce fear, to counter the people's will for change, and people's rising up to bring about change should also not be something that you let the media stop you from doing. Instead of listening to the media, human beings should trust their own intuitive power and sense of knowing over and above any information coming from the media. Our intuition can make us feel empowered. Okomfo, can Tigare talk about the power of our intuition at this time of the Great Awakening?
Again, your intuition is your inner voice, your inner knowing that is one with the divine energy of the creative spirit. Your intuition will not guide you away from your harmony, your wholeness. Intuition is one of the gifts. However, human beings must teach themselves discipline, because with your capacity of power, of intuition, you can be guided down the wrong path without even knowing it. Because when there is no discipline, what you hear from within can be distorted. Is it clear?
Yes.
So discipline is first. To be disciplined, to persevere in accepting the divine oneness, and that as a human being, there are many things that you have accumulated in your mind that may not be true.
So it sounds like you're also talking about discernment, the skill of discernment, to be able to distinguish between an inner voice that is coming from the divine and something else that might be rumbling around in one's mind. Okomfo, might Tigare comment on that?
Exactly the point.
Okay, thank you. Nana AC explains how instead of trusting what is being broadcast from the media, human beings must realize and trust their strength and ability to broadcast information. As human beings, we can broadcast from the core of our being what can manifest as a harmonious condition on earth. Okomfo, as our final question, we'd like Tigare to educate us further on our power as human beings to broadcast from the core of our being.
Each human being is vibrating. Aliveness, your aliveness is in perpetual motion. There's always movement. Sound is movement. That the sound that your cells and make through movement is called the vibration. So the vibration is what Nana AC means when she says broadcast. That you are vibrating, you are broadcasting whatever is in your mind, whatever is in your knowing. And thus discipline is required so that you vibrate harmoniously with harmonious energy instead of destructive energy. But always you are vibrating. And many people are aware that they can influence others through their vibration. Everyone accept that you in fact vibrate and broadcast your aliveness. So when you want to change your condition, you change your thoughts, you change your vibration, and you broadcast harmoniously, and that is magnetized to come back to you and change your condition and that of your environment.
Wow, so that sounds like a benefit of vibrating at your highest frequency in a positive way, such as when broadcasting love or vibrating on a frequency of oneness and love and light. And I'm reminded of the experience that perhaps many of us have had of someone walking into a room and they are charismatic and they're full of love, they're full of light, and they literally change the frequency and vibration of the entire room because of their presence. And we might also remember experiences of the opposite, walking into a room and there are just bad vibes, as we might say, bad vibes. So now we have the ability to appreciate with reverence and respect that as human beings, we can broadcast at a high frequency and transform our environments. So clearly we are truly blessed and honored to have Boafo Tigare bringing us this African spiritual healing wisdom and for the service of the Okomfo channeling Nana Korantemaa Ayeboafo. As we conclude, remember to subscribe, like us, share this podcast, and leave comments. You can answer the question, what touched you the most in this particular podcast? What information or new knowledge really had the greatest impact upon you? More videos are coming. You can order the book, Celestial Prophecies, using the link in the description below. If you so choose, you can also make a contribution to the Asona Aberade Shrine and support us in our work of bringing forth this African spiritual healing wisdom. I thank you for being a listener today. And in conclusion, please accept my love from the very core of my heart. Thank you.